Voice Lounge, and we've got the official opposition here, represented by Miss Vicky Knoetze. Miss Vicky Knoetze, how are you doing?
I'm very well, and you? I would have been better if it was a better SOPA.
There we go. Contention from the very beginning of the responses. But we are very concerned. In fact, we want to find out from you, as the leader of the opposition, what is it that you can highlight that maybe was lacking from the address by the Premier, and where do you think he could have maybe given you a better SOPA?
So what we were expecting, let me put it this way. In terms of the expectations that we had for the commitments regarding the priorities of the people of the Eastern Cape, we wanted a commitment about the elephant in the room, which is basic service delivery, and our failing municipalities. Just by way of info, 16 of our 39 municipalities are in severe distress and collapsing. We wanted some commitments about the automotive sector. As we know, they have been a sector that was hard hit by the US liberation tariffs, and there's a lot of worry about confidence into that sector. We wanted some commitments about how are we going to identify alternative markets? What are we going to do to protect this industry, which is the biggest contributor to our GDP in the province? We wanted some commitments about connectivity in rural areas, so that people in rural areas can be connected to e-learning and e-jobs. We wanted some commitments about safety. Specifically the Joint Operations Centre in Nelson Mandela Bay. We wanted them to announce that they are going to put the health department under administration, and we wanted to know how they are going to spend or address the 82 billion rand backlog on school infrastructure in the province. So none of those commitments were made around the 5 biggest priorities for the people of the Eastern Cape.
Now, quite recently, we actually had the courtesy of interacting with the DA leader, Mr. John Steenhuisen, who was very chuffed with what the president had to say about the rollout of foot and mouth vaccines. And I think, we'd be doing an injustice if we didn't highlight that, given the fact that the Eastern Cape is a farming region. Any key takeaways, any positive takeaways to take away there?
Well, while the Premier didn't make any commitments, what I can share with the listeners and viewers is that we will be in South Africa receiving 1 million vaccines, of which 150,000 alone is for the Eastern Cape, and that rollout has already started in areas like Kouga municipality.
Ladies and gentlemen, Ms. Vicky Knoetze, the leader of the opposition representing the DA. Thank you so much, ma'am, for your time. Do have a lovely day.
Thanks for the opportunity. Have a great day.
Thank you. That was Vicky Knoetze, the leader of the opposition representing the Democratic Alliance.
The Voice Lounge, where voices come to life.